Okay, picture this. A scrappy, totally resource-strapped underdog tech lab just pulled off what I can only describe as the ultimate digital heist, and they completely outsmarted the biggest, most well-funded tech giants right here in Silicon Valley. No endless budgets, no massive server farms, just sheer, unbelievable engineering brilliance. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're breaking down a massive, cinematic shift in the tech landscape, DeepSeek V4 Pro. It's a breakthrough that is literally rewriting the rules of what's possible for everyday American entrepreneurs.
So imagine this highly disruptive premise for a second. What if the absolute most powerful AI in the world was completely free? We're talking top-tier, frontier-level intelligence here. Stuff that matches or even beats the most expensive closed models on the market in reasoning, math, and coding. But get this, without those massive monthly subscription fees. Look, if you're building a business in the US right now, paying zero overhead for world-class AI, that is the ultimate cheat code for your profit margins.
And it's not just that it's free, it's vastly more capable of actually understanding your specific business. Just look at this number, 1 million. That is the token context window of this new model. So instead of asking a chatbot one tiny little question, closing it, and starting over, you can feed this AI 1 million tokens all at once. To put that into perspective, that's like uploading several entire books, or an agency's massive folder of client documents, or even a complete software codebase in one single shot. It remembers everything, reasoning across all your data at the exact same time. It's wild.
Which brings us to Section 1, Massive Power, Tiny Cost. To really understand how this underdog lab managed to offer so much power for free, we've got to look under the hood at how this open-weight model is actually engineered to maximize efficiency. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the absolute genius trick behind how they made it so efficient. DeepSeek V4 Pro is built with a staggering 1.6 trillion total parameters. That's its total brain power. But here's the kicker. It doesn't use all of them at once. For any single task, it only activates about 49 billion parameters. So you're getting the deep, comprehensive knowledge of a massive 1.6 trillion parameter model, but you only pay the tiny computational cost of a 49 billion parameter model to actually run it.
So what does this actually mean for real-world American businesses? Well, it means ultimate leverage. A solo freelancer can now have the AI read through a whole year of customer reviews and pull out every single common complaint in seconds. Or, say, a one-person agency. They can summarize a massive stack of dense client contracts right before renewal season. And because DeepSeek V4 Pro has these massive upgrades for agentic workflows, it doesn't just answer a question and stop. It can plan out steps, use tools, and independently execute a whole string of tasks back to back. It's literally like having a long-term thinking partner doing all your heavy lifting from mere pocket change.
But there's always been a massive catch with running complex agent-style tasks. And that brings us to Section 2, the AI's speed bottleneck. This is the core engineering conflict in modern AI. Basically, why are we all still stuck staring at that painful spinning loading wheel?
Well, the main culprit here is a process called autoregressive generation. It's the incredibly slow process of an AI fetching memory to write one single word at a time. Basically, to generate a new word, your computer chip has to go back and fetch the saved values for how every single previous word relates to it. Now, the graphics card can process the actual neural network math instantly, but fetching all that memory, that creates a massive latency bottleneck. So the longer your business report or code script gets, the slower your workflow becomes.
To solve this waiting game, the AI industry relies on something covered in Section 3, the boss and the intern. This is the brilliant concept of speculative decoding, and honestly, the easiest way to understand this advanced computer science is through a classic corporate analogy.
All right, imagine the full, massive AI model is a brilliant senior boss. His work is perfect, absolutely flawless, but his time is incredibly expensive, and he insists on writing just one single word at a time. So, to speed things up, the company hires a lightweight AI model to act as an intern. Here's how it works. Step 1, the fast intern quickly drafts a chunk of, say, 5 to 10 words. Step 2, the senior boss reviews those words simultaneously, because GPUs are great at doing things in parallel. Step 3, the boss either accepts the good words or pulls out a red pen to reject the bad ones, letting the intern try again from that point. It drastically speeds things up without losing the boss's perfect quality.
But here's the dilemma we run into when picking our AI intern. We basically have two options. The autoregressive drafter is careful, checking every single previous word, but it's fundamentally super slow. On the flip side, we have the parallel drafter. Now this in turn is incredibly fast because it aggressively guesses a whole block of words at the exact same time. It uses the GPU beautifully, but because it doesn't build the sentence step by step, it is deeply flawed.
Yeah, this fast intern falls victim to a fatal flaw called suffix decay. Imagine the AI wants to agree with you. It could say of course, or it could say no problem. But because a parallel drafter guesses multiple words simultaneously, it ends up scrambling them together and spitting out total nonsense like of problem. The later words in the block just decay into absolute gibberish, and this forces the boss model to reject the draft entirely, completely wasting your expensive computing power.
Now, this seemingly unsolvable dilemma is exactly where the engineers at DeepSeek stepped in. Welcome to Section 4, a self-regulating brain. And guys, this is an absolute masterpiece of efficiency.
Their first massive breakthrough is called the Mark-off head. So they took that fast, aggressive parallel intern and attached a hyper-fast editor right next to it. Based on Markov probability theory, this editor looks exclusively at the immediately preceding word to lightly nudge the next one in the right direction. So if the intern types of, it biases the next word toward course. And this brilliantly illustrates how this tiny sequential addition, compressed with low-rank factorization, completely eliminates suffix decay. The best part? It only adds a microscopic 1.3% to the total compute cost.
But they didn't stop there. They also added a confidence head to act like a dynamic traffic cop. Check this out. As the intern drafts, it outputs a confidence score from 0 to 1 for every single word. If that score drops below a specific threshold, let's say 0.6, the system instantly cuts the draft early to save compute. So if the AI is writing a highly predictable math formula, it drafts a nice long chunk. But if it's writing an unpredictable, open-ended creative story, it stops the draft early before it makes a mistake. This saves the boss from wasting expensive time reviewing absolute garbage text.
Just look at this staggering mathematical victory. By simply cutting the drafts off when confidence dips, the boss model's acceptance rate skyrocketed from a pretty dismal 45.7% all the way up to an incredible 96%. The final quality remains absolutely flawless, but generation speed increases by over 80%, mostly because virtually zero compute power is wasted on bad guesses. And what's really fascinating here is how this DSpark engine manages data centers in real time. It is completely hardware aware, meaning it's constantly checking the server's current GPU load. During off-peak hours, when there's plenty of spare capacity, it actually lets the intern model guess more words at once, which gives users blazing fast speeds. But during busy hours, when traffic spikes, it automatically restricts the draft length. This protects the entire system from crashing under the heavy load. It just self-regulates perfectly.
So, what's the end result of all this brilliant optimization? A staggering 700% higher total system output compared to older, traditional systems running on the exact same hardware. 700%. When you combine a fast hybrid intern, a dynamic traffic cop, and real-time hardware awareness, you prove once and for all that clever brainpower absolutely beats brute force computing.
So, what does this massive engineering breakthrough actually mean for you? Let's bring this all the way back home to Section 5, your new business advantage.
So the crucial point is this. DeepSeek released the actual weights and the open source license right to the public. You don't have to just rent this technology anymore. You can actually build on it. You can build highly capable, branded AI tools and agentic workflows to offer as a service to local businesses. Right now, there are thousands of American business owners suffering from what we like to call AI guilt. They know they're falling behind on AI, but they honestly have no idea how to implement it. You can be the one to solve that for them. And because you are paying zero licensing fees and literally only fractions of a cent for compute, your profit margins are completely maximized.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. You don't need a huge budget or a massive head start. You just need to actually use what's already sitting right in front of you. The barrier to entry has officially been destroyed by open source brilliance. The only question now is, what are you going to build with it today? If you found this breakdown valuable, please take a quick second to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep bringing you the most crucial tech insights. Thank you.